All right. This is On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron. I am Pythias B. Metatron. I am the hostess with the mostest. I am thankful and grateful for everyone that is here today. Today, we are furthering the discussion on master numbers. We are going to cover 55, 10, 1, 66, 12, 3, 77, 14, 5, 88, 16, 7. Y'all already know that's my favorite. And 99, 18, 9. These are all part of the cycles of becoming, as we started to talk about on Saturday when we began our journey through the master numbers. I want to give you guys tell you guys a little story about Saturday's show. I do not recall in my memory bank any of the show after I completed talking about 22-4. I'm going to give you guys the timing of it. If you go back to the last episode from Saturday, when we were talking about the beginning of the master numbers, if you go to the 1 hour, 23-minute mark of that episode, that is the moment when my out-of-body experience initiated. When I tell you I had an out-of-body experience in the middle of the show on Saturday, I am kidding you not. And once you go back and look at that show and that clip, especially at that 1 hour, 23-minute mark, you will see a slight moment of uncomfortability with me. I reach up and I touch my face and I do a couple of other things. And at that moment, I was actually sitting on top of my door in the corner of my space here, my studio where I'm doing this show from. And I was looking down on myself doing the show. And when I was sitting up in that left corner, Archangel Metatron was on my left shoulder and Ascended Master Thoth was on my right shoulder, and they were both talking to me at the same time while I'm watching myself do the show. I had, after the show, I had dinner with my roommates. I do not recall. They told me about the interaction the next day and told me that I didn't appear to be here, and that the conversation that I was having sounded like advanced mathematics. I don't. I got the download. The download started when I went into my sleep sequence that night. I traveled to Hong Kong, at least I thought I did. However, the dinner that I ate with my roommates was Chinese food. And I also went some other places in my sleep sequence that let me know that it was still the out-of-body experience. I did not fully come back to myself as you see me now until yesterday afternoon, maybe yesterday evening. I'm walking around Sunday, it was so funny. I walk around Sunday and I'm in the store and I'm thinking I'm going to do some shopping. And it was just, it's one of the most amazing real-time spiritual experiences that I've had. And I've had some whoppers, I've had some that if I tell other folks that are not on this call, they would just automatically think I was lying, automatically. Yet I felt it coming on during the meditation that we were doing in the beginning of the show. And I literally had to stop doing my purpose, my master self breathing, or they would have just took over from there. You guys probably, all of y'all probably felt a little bit of it at the end when I ended the show, because when is the last time y'all seen me doing some shit like this? When's the last time you guys seen me do that? Normally at the end of the show, I'm off and I'm out. So that was a very, very, very profound experience on me. I need to apologize to you, Miss V, right now. Yeah, I'm just now getting back to where I can think about setting up an appointment with you. There's no way that, and I'm glad that you were kind of busy this weekend too. There's no way that that I was going to be able to have any type of session with anybody after that OBE from Saturday. Yes, Ms. V.
I did notice a difference. I said, "Oh, he's waving. He's waving."
Yeah. I'm thankful and grateful for all of you that were here on the call with me on Saturday. I'm grateful that you now know what you were a part of and what you shared with me. And I truly, truly believe that because it happened on our call, each one of y'all got a little bit of that gift as well. So expect to start to see the beginnings of that gift manifest in your life, especially in your meditation time and in your sleep sequences. I'm talking overnight sleep sequence and when you lay down and take a nap. I advise each to not resist or not have fear. Your soul, especially on the first couple of trips, is not going to take you too far out into the cosmos, and just allow the process to happen. Breathe, just keep breathing when it does start. Keep breathing, breathe normally, and just see where you go. See where you go. Any comments about that? Anybody notice anything after the 22-4 while the show was going on? Anybody had any observation about it?
I noticed just a couple of things abrupt that you were doing, but I didn't really get into it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything until I went back and checked tape. So when I saw tape, I'm like, oh, shoot. And I saw it and I kept rewinding and I'm like, yo, this is really freaking me out. It was just like your body just stopped.
Yeah.
It's like you was trying to catch your words and then all of a sudden you just got relaxed and then you reached up and touched your face. And that was the part that was like the freakiest part. Like I can't rewind.
It literally felt as if my innards, my inside self was lifting up out of me, and I in all that I could do. And I've gone back and watched it, and I have to admit I was pretty cool through all of it. But y'all just don't know what was going on inside of my head. Inside of my head, I was like, no, you're separating. What's going on? And I wanted to reach up and like keep it from coming out. Yeah, no, it was truly, truly an amazing experience.
I just want to add one other thing, that it was good for me to see because it made a lot of things in my life make sense. Like I have like times where I'm like driving in my car, right? And all of a sudden I'm just at a place and I'm like, yo, how in the world did I get here? Like, I don't remember. any of it. I just remember me being at where I'm supposed to be. So it just made me realize that our bodies, like when we're not there, they're able to do limited functionality and pretend that they're actually there, like you're going through the motions and you someplace else. And then when you come back, you're like, okay, how did I get here? I don't remember even making this turn. Like, it's just weird. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I've had it happen to me on numerous occasions driving in my car and in a truck. And I just want to put it out there like this. Where do you think your light body goes when you go to sleep? Where do you think? Because if you really think about it, once we get to sleep and until we wake up, we out. You're out. You're like out. Where you know, where do you think your light body, your etheric body goes while your physical body is laying in that bed getting rest? It's truly an amazing thing. I definitely feel supercharged, and y'all think I was walking around thinking my shit didn't stink before. I'm really supercharged now. I'm really pumped up now. And I'm really for the first time, I really feel and embrace and recognize the cosmic power that is in and resides in my soul. Really, truly. So I thank you guys for being a part of that journey with me. And I am sure that we will all be a part of many more as we continue to go along our individual souls journey and our soul journey together here collectively in this class. So
can I say something, please?
absolutely.
What date was Saturday? What date was that?
Saturday was the 17th, I believe. 18th.
That's been the 18th.
18th, 19th. Yeah, 18th. Saturday was the 18th.
Because when I went,
day.
because when I went to sleep when I went to sleep that night, I had a dream. I just went in and got my journal because I wasn't sure. And I had a dream that I was somewhere with a group of people, but then there was these three entities, or they could have been like doctors or something, but they operated on me.
That was a download. Yep, that's the DNA change.
They
Absolutely.
operated on me, and I wrote it right here, and that's why I just ran another room and got. I said, "See what date that was?"
Yep.
Yeah, that was the night of the 18th.
Absolutely.
And I wrote it down the morning of the 19th when I woke up, because it was really clear, you know, much clearer and everything. And yeah, I was looking at just some of the things that happened, and I'm just reading it. So yeah, and I've had that before in Germany more than in America. Where I just go somewhere and I say, "Oh, where am I?" You know, something like that, and things like the light is all pink, or and you know, or I'm in some type of blue light over there, and things like that. So I'm glad that you shared that, because I'm going to go in and look at that class.
Absolutely.
Thank
yes,
you.
Victorious, you had a comment? No, Victorious. Okay, I thought you had a comment. All right. Well, let's get into the class for today. Like I said, master numbers 55-10-1, 66-12-3, 77-14-5, 88-16-7, and 99-18-9. First one we're going to hit on is 55-10-1, the mediator, knowledge and wisdom. They are the experienced or adventuring spiritual messenger. They could come in either form. Either they are the spiritual messenger that is solid in all of life's experiences, or they're the spiritual messenger that comes and drops a giblet of information here and then moves on and drops one over there and moves on and drops one over here. And, you know, he may come back around or she may come back around and drop another one back here. And they are adventuring. And you have to, when we look at the master numbers, we always know that it's the high side behavior. So when I say the adventuring, I don't mean recklessly adventuring. I don't mean haphazardly or carelessly. I just mean that there is a plan to how they go and how they move. They take ordered steps. Being that the 2 5s are a double portion of experience, a double portion of adventure, a double portion of expansion. 5 expands. Their 10-1 energy is always centered around initiating new modes of life and or new modes of living. They are the individuals who incarnate into the 55, have a fine creative spirit, and they are possessed with keen insight into spirituality and into the blending or the starting or the initiating of new spiritual practices. Guarantee you that when the offshoots of Christianity started to come about, in the beginning of those new religions, someone who incarnated into a 55 was leading that charge. They were the leader of the innovation. They were the leader of the new mode of life. They were a leader in that new mode of spirituality, and they used their fine creative spirit and their keen insight to glom from the tenets of the first religion or spirituality and craft it into another religion or another spirituality or spiritual practice. These 55 individuals are way showers, and they are light bearers. They are the ones that shine the light, not on themselves. They shine the light in our eyes, and then they shine the light down the path that we should go. You guys catch that? They don't shine the light. The 55 10-1 doesn't shine the light on themselves. They shine the light first in the eyes of those they are dealing with, and then they shine it so that you can see your path clearly. They are light bearers, not light seekers. 55 10-1s, being that experienced spiritual messenger, they take us to the verge of change. And how they take us, and the change that they always take us up to, it's always cosmic in scope, and it's always in preparation of awakening, ascension, and expansion. These are the ones that get us ready to step into the next levels. These are the ones that come and let us know that the stuff we have been doing no longer works. And somehow, some way, when that awakening happens, just like for each one of us on this call that's live, and anybody watching it in a replay, each one of us have had our 55 moment, because we graduated, we stopped the childish ways of living in spirituality, and now we have awakened and expanded, and we are ascending. So we've been exposed to a 55 somewhere along the way. And the 55, 10-1, experienced spiritual messenger comes to unify us along the spiritual and religious lines. So case in point, the 55 would see, all of the different denominations. Let's just talk about Christianity. The 55 sees all these different denominations, and he wants to conglomerate them all back into one unified spiritual practice, spiritual value, spiritual belief. The 55 always comes to push evolution. So their catchphrase for the 55 is they must always have and be the will to evolve. They must always be that will to evolve, so that when they come into contact with anyone, they don't have to say you need to evolve. Their energy, their essence, their vibration, their whole way of being will rub you in a way that shows you that you need to step it up, that you need to, and and a lot of times the 55 doesn't stick around long enough for you to even know that it was a 55 influence that hit you. Let me see if I can pull in an example real quick of the 55. 55, definitely. The ushering in of the Aquarian age is definitely 55 energy. So in essence, the savior of Christianity, which I know as the Christ consciousness, not Christ the person, the consciousness is a perfect example of 55 energy. The spiritual messenger, the experienced spiritual messenger, 55. The consciousness that allows for self-awareness and spiritual awakenings, that Christ consciousness, that consciousness that was attributed to his words in the Bible, those words that are written in red that were attributed to Jesus. Though that consciousness is the 55 energy that is the best example that I can give for us, for the spiritual messenger 55. And their mantra for their life is they must believe in listening. They must believe in listening in order to give the spiritual advice to those that need it most effectively and most efficiently. The 55, because they're 10, they're 1, they're like, look at me, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. They must believe, not just practice. They must believe in listening in order to give the spiritual advice to those who are going to come to them in need most efficiently and effectively. Anybody got any questions about the 55? 10-1. All right. Now we'll move on to the 66, 12, 3. The master of love and charity. The karmic spiritual messenger. 6 being the number of karma. 6 being the number of duty, service, and honor. The 66, wherever you see that 66, yeah, they are 6 times spiritual messenger. So they are the karmic spiritual messenger. In case none of y'all don't know this, I know I've said this a few times. I will say it again. My government name, my official name, Mark Edward Pyle. If you add it up all the way across, Mark Edward Pyle, if you add that up all the way across, it comes out to 66. Just wanted to give you guys a piece of information about that. The 66, 12, 3, they are the spiritual movement initiate. Folks who incarnate under the 66, they come to initiate, instigate, agitate, provoke people to move off of mundane spirituality, or move off of stale and stagnant spiritual beliefs, or move off of ineffective or useless spiritual practices. They are the spiritual movement initiates. It's not by chance that I come up with we're gonna awaken, ascend, and expand here with on the 7th with Pi Frisbee Metatron, because that's what those are spiritual movements. 66 individuals put their souls in working order so that they can provoke, agitate, incite spiritual movement. Sometimes the spiritual movement that 66s provoke are violent and or aggressive, because sometimes the vibration of a 66 can really rub someone the wrong way if they're not ready to move or evolve or awaken or expand. It really, really bothers them. It bothers a person that's not ready for expansion. It bothers them. 66 individuals must be obedient to cosmic law. I know a lot of you guys, I've talked about, the 7, and I've mentioned that I am my own law and I'm a law unto myself. Yeah, and that I follow universal law. I don't really care about the law of the land, because by living by the cosmic or universal law covers pretty much all of the law of the land. The laws of the land are covered in the universal or cosmic law. Now, some of the little ancillary stuff maybe is not covered. That's why I'm grateful that I live in a state that allows me to enjoy my medicine of choice, because I've always enjoyed my medicine of choice, because that's for me and that's my cosmic law. I don't care what the state or the Fed said. I enjoyed it, and it was medicinal for me for forever, not just recently. 66, 12, 3 individuals relates to love as compassion. Higher octave of love. I've shared with you how I believe that society has poorly defined or misdefined the word and the concept of love here on 3D. And when I fully embraced my 66, my love nature just turned into compassion. It just elevated up into compassion. 66 individuals, they offer a philosophy of divine fulfillment here on earth. They can produce things, content, they can produce material that is a roadmap to each and every one of us living our divine fulfillment here, each and every incarnation. I've been equipped, and the 66s are equipped with the ability to define humanity's spiritual laws, to actually define them. And for the most part, the lower sense attributes are subject to the inner I am. I'm talking about lust, greed, hate, malicious anger, and all of those things, those lower sense attributes, they become subject to my mastered self. So if you see or experience or hear an angry outburst, know that it's been orchestrated by my mastered self. All of those lower sense attributes come underneath the law of the I am. It doesn't always look like it, but 66s are walking faith in action. Whatever spiritual doctrine or discipline they follow, they believe it, and they walk it. They just don't talk it. They walk it. In fact, they walk it more than they talk it. They would prefer just to be an example and not have to come and share it. They would just prefer that they would be the example, and people would come up to them and say, hey man, how do you do this? And how do you do that? And how do you keep like this and all that? Yet, because they are the karmic spiritual messenger, I'm a reluctant spokesperson, you guys. I'm so grateful for Zoom. If this was a room full of people and y'all was in this room, yeah, I would be all tied up in knots and sweating and all of that. Being that I am sitting here in the room by myself, it makes it much, much easier for me to be able to do this. I would much rather be in the background, and somebody else could be out front getting all the glory and all the honor and all the praise. And all I got to know is that I made it happen. That was always good enough for me. I'm a reluctant spokesperson, but being that my name adds up to this karmic spiritual messenger, yeah, it's fated and karmic that I'm doing this. I could not be doing anything else. Yet this is, and when I tell you that there is no plan B, there isn't. This shit is it. This is all I got. This is all I got, and it's working, and it's going to continue to work. When you got something and you're in your purpose and you're living your divine fulfillment, you don't need a plan B. You don't. So the 66 is walking faith in action, and the mantra for the 66 is must always live and maintain a cosmic consciousness lifestyle. Cannot waver. I can't waver. I can't. Soon as I waver from a cosmic consciousness lifestyle, yeah, the rebuke is swift, because I know better. I know better. And I know what veering off track is going to do to me spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, financially, and interpersonally. I know what the damage is going to do. So I have no choice. I don't have an option. I have to live like I live. And the hell with whoever thinks it's not right. Any questions, comments about the 66-12-3? Master of love and charity, karmic spiritual messenger. All right, we're going to move on then to 7714.5, the path of mysticism. The 77 master number is the awakening spiritual messenger. The 77, when in its full master form, seeks to purify the mind, body, heart, and actions. The 77 doesn't have the liberty to be out of alignment, and the 77 really doesn't have the liberty to go off on its own accord, because you add those two sevens up and that's a 14.5, and we all remember about the malefic portion of that 14. They can end up in very abusive situations, and because they're a master number, normally they'll be severely abused. They won't be the abuser because it's hard for them to be abusive and have that vibration of a 77. It's very, very hard for them. So they'll be the ones in the abusive situation. 77 master numbers, they strive to create better structures, better worldly structures, better spiritual structures, better mental structures, better emotional structures. Everything they come to do is to create a better structure, more precise, more technical, because they have two of those technical and precise sevens, two of them working in tandem together. They come to discover and to show us new ways to help humanity, new ways of engendering love, and new ways of promoting and realizing peace. They come to inspire visions of hope and grace, new hope, new grace. The 77 is not coming and bringing you old ointment for your new wound. They're coming with a new medicine, a new ointment, a new Band-Aid, a new synthesization, a new soothing remedy. They're not going to rehash old things. They come with the new, they're technical and precise about it, and they're not being budged off of it. They're going to stand there steadfast in this newness until you accept it. They're going to stay right there, and they won't get tired. They'll just keep pumping the same story over and over and over until we get it. 77s are the master mystics. They are the master at mysticism. 77s, master at mysticism, master at alchemy, that experience that I described to you, my out-of-body experience. There are 77s, that's normal for them. Shape-shifting, teleporting, all of that is normal. It's just a natural thing for them. They are mystic masters, and they are the middle management of the cosmos. They are the workers, man. They are cosmic workers to the power of the cosmos. And like I said, they are tireless. These cats and cat hisses, they come and they just stick around, and they just keep after humanity to do the right thing in the new way. So whenever there is a new way of doing something old, 77 influence has been in full effect. When in the 60s, when Catholic Church had to open up and allow brothers to become priests, that was 77 energy. When the Mormon Church had to recognize that Black people had souls, 77 energy. uh, um, this movement that really is embracing female pastors and evangelists and all that. That's 77 energy. Anything that is forcing us to look at this old thing and see it as obsolete and embrace the new, that's 77. The LGBTQ and all of that with the marriage and all of that, that's 77 energy. Anything that is causing us to look at something that was once old and now it is acceptable and looked at in a new light, that is master number 77 type of energy. Perfect example. The abolishment of slavery in the United States was master number 77 frequency and energy. Yes,
I have a
Victoria.
question.
Yes, Victoria.
What if you have like 3 sevens in your chart?
You got, that's 77 energy. Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
a 777.
That's 777, but
Or 777, yeah.
yeah, but that's wherever you see 3, you have to see 2. So there, that's 77.
Well, you know, I'm all about, like, my whole chart is like I numbers.
Yeah.
There's
I have 77.
21.
Yeah, I got 77 energy
sevens
in my
and
last name.
3s, 5s everywhere.
Yep. And if you have 2 7s in your
My last
chart,
name
you have
is a 1.
77 energy.
Yeah.
Yep. If you have 2 6s,
7 plus 7 plus 7, yeah.
yeah, if you have 2 6s in your chart, you have 66 energy. 2 5s, you have 55 energy. Now, if your name or something comes back to the 66, 55, 77, you have an abundance. It's really powerful. But if you got 2 6s in your whole chart, you got a little bit of that karmic spiritual messenger energy in you. If you got 2 7s, you got a little bit of that awakening. That's why you can awaken. That's why you can ascend. That's why you can expand. You have it in you. And lastly, for the 77, their heart, parentheses, soul, must be without greed and resentment. They can't be greedy and they can't be resentful and holding any grudges. They have to just let it roll off like water off a duck. And they have to keep their hands open. Got to keep them open. Greedy folks got their hands closed because they
That's
always
not
collect
always
this
easy
shit.
though, because you get taken advantage of. At least that's what it feels like.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the 14-5 portion of it, that abuse of power and abuse of authority. It hangs with them. Yet for the master doesn't worry about getting abused because the master knows that in that abuse is their blessing. The master knows that. Yeah, the master knows that only through pain comes your pleasure. Only through humiliation comes your honor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
But it's
master
still
knows.
very uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable. Yes,
Because
very
you
uncomfortable.
get abused and you know you're being abused, and you always have to take the short end of the stick. And you know people are, it's very uncomfortable. I don't
Absolutely
know what to say
it
about
is.
it, but it's very uncomfortable.
Absolutely, it is.
I'm dealing with that right now.
I know you are. Yes.
I definitely am, and it's like, how do I? You know what? Actually, I had the King of Hearts today, and I was able to deal with it better than I thought I would have been able to deal with it had it not been there.
Top of the suit of emotions. That's good. That's good.
Having control over my emotions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the 77, the 77 is ascension and awakenings. And their mantra for the 77, excuse me, guys, their mantra is they must be able to endure aloneness. They must. because their number breaks down into 5 energy, they're always around a bunch of people. They're always in the crowd. Their thing, for their rejuvenation and for their power, they must always embrace and endure aloneness.
Mhm.
Any questions, any comments about the master number 77?
Can I ask, so how do you find that as far as you said if it's in your chart?
Well, you have to get a full numerology reading to see how the numbers fall. And then aside from that, just look at the numbers that make up your name and see if you have 2 7s in there, 2 8s, or 2 4s, or 2 2s. We'll start with there, but I would have told you if you have a master number
Okay,
in your name somewhere, Vanda. I would have told you.
thank you.
Yeah, I would have told you.
Thank you.
All right. Now, the real favorite master number for me, 88. 88, 16, 7. 88 is the master number of master discipleship. The folks who incarnate under the 88 are the master spiritual messenger. Before I get into all of what the 88 stands for, I'm gonna let you guys know how I come about my logo, the 88 and the 2 Merkabas. It was it was in 2017. I was in meditation, and I was just beginning the process of putting together just the outer fringe concepts of my website. I didn't have a title. I didn't have any type of name. I knew what I wanted to do, yet I just didn't have the complete concept together. So what I did was I went into meditation. I did some breath work and did some creative visualization meditation, called out to Metatron and Thoth, and I asked them to give me the blueprint for my logo, give me the website and the name and the direction I was supposed to go into. And I went into this meditation, and this was like one of the first times I've ever gone into trance state. And I felt myself lift up off of the bed about 6 to 8 inches. I didn't go astral projecting or astral traveling. I lifted up off of the bed about 6 to 8 inches. And then what I know now as a download started. And normally the downloads that you get, they're going to come into through the head, through your temples, through your ears. This one, if anybody has been in an MRI, where you go into that chamber, this felt like that, where the download was coming over the top of me. I in my mind's eye view, I saw these 8s, these 2 8s, and they were flying all around, and they wouldn't line up. And finally one came and it stopped like right there. And then the other one was flying all around it, and then it came and it stopped right next to it. And then the Merkabas started spinning around up above, and then they both came and set straight down. And then the next thing that happened was, in my ears, in my own voice, I kept hearing over and over, I am Ascension. I am Ascension. It started really low. I am Ascensions. Until it got so loud, it felt like a loudspeaker was on both sides. This is all during a meditation, And when I come out of the meditation, I was not laying on the bed. I was sitting in a chair in a whole nother room. And I had 3 legal pads, and they were filled up with writing on them. And this was about 4 hours later. And when I look back over those pads, I Am Ascension's Master Self Academy, 88 Steps into Your Mastered Self, Your Master Self Awake. The whole kit and caboodle was all written out on those 3 legal pads. So that's the story of the 88. And that's how I come about the whole 88. 88 is the mastership disciple. There are 88 steps in the soul's ascension here on planet Earth 3D. And until your soul completes all 88 steps, you must reincarnate.
Can I say something?
Please do.
I think that's super ironic that the 88 steps coincide with the 88 constellations.
Constellation, 88 constellations. Yes, absolutely. I was just blown away.
As an astrologer, I'm still diving into all of that.
Yes. Yeah, I'm literally blown away with how with the synchronicity of it and how it all just came just one jot and one tittle at a time. And since 2017, that is what I've been working on to make manifest in my 3D experience and reality, the 88 steps and all of these concepts. Now let me get into this master spiritual messenger. 88 is knowledge and mastery of the inner self. Those who are born under this vibration, or if you have this vibration, you're going to seek knowledge, and the knowledge you're going to seek is the mastery of your inner self or your soul. Self and soul mastery. 88 individuals express positive urges, normally through art, science, music, and or literature. 88 individuals, there's spiritual ascension. It's all about spiritual ascension, yet it requires strict behavioral discipline. Must always be on your dime, must always be about your spiritual business. Always, you cannot deviate, can't deviate. Because 88 individuals have to adhere to strict behavioral discipline, you're very vulnerable to their emotional urges. 88 individuals are very vulnerable to their emotional urges because of this strict behavioral discipline that self-mastery takes. Self-mastery is not easy. Getting to self-mastery is one heck of a journey. Once you have gotten to mastery, that part is easy. It's the going through those steps. There are literally 88 steps from your initial awakening until your mastership. There's 88 steps that we each have to go through to get to there in any incarnation. Now, you being on your evolutionary ascension, however many soul ascension steps you've taken, when you come back and incarnate, you might incarnate at step 66. So where you only got 22 steps to go in any particular incarnation. I'm talking any incarnation, we must do the 88 steps to get to our mastered self. Once we get to our master self, then we begin to take the ascension steps that our soul needs to complete in order to make ascended master status. So the 88 people are very vulnerable to their emotional urges. They have double cosmic manifesting power, and you know, the 8 is puts power into material form. Well, they got 2 of them. They got double manifesting, double cosmic, double universal manifesting power moving into material form. 88 folks are the holders of all and every spiritual gift. Whatever spiritual gift you desire, get into that 88 vibration, and you will be able to have it at your fingertips. Whichever one you want, check in with the 88. Check in with the 88. Now, you got to go back up to that. Spiritual sensing requires strict behavioral discipline. Now, you can't get this spiritual gift and go willy-nilly and start doing low-level shenanigans with it. You can't. Doesn't work like that. You get them repossessed. You get your gifts repossessed. That's in the cosmic tow truck to get them. And the 88 incarnates are the cosmic forerunners. Folks with 88 vibrations, they always come when the change in the paradigm is coming, and they need to prepare people for the new change. Those are the 88s. That's why the Mastered Self Academy is preparing people for this paradigm change that we're in. That's what it's for. That's what it's designed to do. Since the 88s are the master spiritual messenger, that's what they are whenever they walk around. So there is no other keyword for them other than the master spiritual messenger. And their mantra is philosophical thought and communion with higher forces comes during meditation. I almost said Metatron. You know where my mind is at, you guys. Philosophical thought and communion with the higher forces, communion with Metatron, communion with those, communion with archangels and all that comes during and through meditation. So that's why I have 7 full days worth of 24-hour each tracks that just got my voice with my affirmations and my intention statements, and they playing all day long. As soon as I get off this call, I'm gonna turn them right back on. When I meditate with them. I sleep with them. If I'm watching television, they're still on. I do not turn them off. I have a meditation playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's why when I was meditating the other day in the beginning of the show, thought the Metatron wanted to come on through then. You want to connect with them higher forces and you want to get some real philosophical thought, meditate. Creatively visualize and meditate. That's your key. And just focus on the 88. You can just write 2 8s on a piece of paper and look at them and meditate, and you will get ushered right up into the higher realms. And you can have communion with whoever you want, whoever you desire, whoever you bad enough to call. They will show up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Any questions, any comments about the 88, 16, 7? All right. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the 99, 18, 9. The path of compassion, or transmuting love into agape. The 99 is the humanitarian spiritual messenger and the complete spiritual messenger. Full and complete. Because of the 2 9s, they are here. They are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. They are the past, present, and future, all in the now. And 99 individuals, they come to teach us health through universal purity. 99 individuals really could care less about the comings and goings of 3D in the mundane world. They come to provide us insight into health, spiritual health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, financial health, intellectual health, sexual health, interpersonal health through universal purity. They are the illuminated one, the enlightened one, and they always herald or signal an age of illumination or enlightenment. Every illumination and enlightenment that has happened to society, to civilization, to humanity has been triggered and ushered in by a 99 influence.
Mm.
The 99 spiritual master has resurrecting and resurrection power. 99 individuals can raise the dead for real. For real, for real. They can go in the hospital when somebody stroke out and have a flat line, and yeah, they can do their Mr. Miyagi and woof, and yeah, they can bring them back to life. Fully enlightened, fully operating 99 individuals, yes, they can resurrect. They can bring you back. Not only from the brink of death, but they can cross over and bring you back into the land of the living. 99 master number individuals, they look at love as the elixir of life. They don't care about the blood. They don't care about all of these minutia type of things that everybody else deals with and thinks is their vitality and thinks it's their elixir of life. The 99 individual knows that love is the only elixir we need.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The 99 individual, they come prepared and equipped with a world of vibrations. Not only do they come with them, but they come to meet the world of vibrations, and they come to experience it all. They're the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything. They're the whole process, the 99, 18-9 master number. They are a great, damn, can't even read my own writing. They are a great primary. They are a great primary force. They are a force to be reckoned with. They are people that you just look at them and you will tremble, because they have the fullness of all the gods in them. I'm just walking around with my I am and Metatron and Thoth. They got the fullness of all of them, of the whole cosmos inside of them. And 99 master numbers possess the gift of the holy transfiguration. So the 99ers are the shapeshifters. The 99ers are, the ones that can show up in a picture in 1821, show up in the picture in 1921, and show up in the picture in 2021, and don't look no older. They don't look 300 years old. You know, I watched a Twilight Zone about something like that, and all of us know the story of Dorian Gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
That all of that story wasn't a fable. It wasn't fiction. It wasn't. And and I believe that there are some folks that been here 300, 400, 500 years.
Mhm.
Sure do. Can't nobody prove me wrong. So I
Mhm.
believe it. I believe it. We don't make movies. They don't, the movies come out of the thoughts of men, and the thoughts of men are placed in by the cosmos. So we don't make movies. We just don't make shit up.
Right. Can I share something?
Please do.
I sent you a note about there's a TV thing called, what is it, Trabu or something, but there's a movie on there called Confession of a Time Traveler,
Mhm.
Man from 3036.
Yeah.
And I sent it to you and I said, I'd like to know your views on it. So I think I'm gonna write it on here. Anybody want to watch it? It's very, very interesting. Very, talking about 3036. And he was time traveling and got back here in a way. I don't know, but it's very interesting. And I'm gonna write it down. Anybody that
Good.
want to check it out. I've watched it 2 times and I'm still pondering, but whew, it's really something. So it's on 2. So I'll write it down here. Thank
Okay.
you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. And then lastly, and just as the 88 being the master spiritual messenger doesn't need any keywords, the 99 doesn't need any either. Like I said, they are the complete spiritual messenger. Their mantra while they are walking around incarnated is they must always remain a blessing channel for humanity. Can't get caught up in their own thing. They must always remain a blessing channel for all of humanity. Any questions, any comments? That's it for the master numbers. Any comments, any questions? Anybody want to add anything? I'm grateful and thankful for everybody being here. Yes, Miss Lemons, please speak up. Unmute yourself.
I'm trying to. Oh, okay. So, it was a few times I was about to say something, and it was like right before I could say it, he was like, "And we're moving on." So,
Oh, you could have
it's
just,
okay.
yeah, you could have raised up. Yeah.
But what you said, first of all, I remember what you was talking about as far as you having that OBE on Saturday. Sunday, I was reading something, and then something just like clicked in my head, and it was like okay, so I feel like I'm ascending into another level. Like I've reached as far as I can go on that, and now I'm somewhere else. And I keep having dreams about people and or like certain artists certain artists, whether they was like movie or music, they just keep popping up. They keep popping up. And like it's been the same two in particular, they just keep like sending messages. Like they just keep sending me messages. And one of the dreams that I had was about somebody who is pretty famous, but I had a dream that basically like he died in a car accident, and they took someone else's heart and put it inside of him and brought him back to life, and he was grateful for it. And he said he will never like lose appreciation for life ever again because he could have just stayed gone, and they brought him back. So it's been a lot of that.
Yeah.
a lot of that going on. And I'm like, now I'm in a space too where I can actually concentrate and like study. And it's like, now it feels good. It feels like really, really good.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. We are in a really, really sensitive time with the equinox coming tomorrow. I expect all of us to have a very colorful and eventful sleep sequence tonight. Expect to go where you boldly haven't gone before in your astral travels. And before you lay it down to go to slumber, write out on a piece of paper that you want to fully experience and fully remember your sleep sequence upon awakening in the morning. That way you will program it in your soul, that the soul will turn on the video and record it for you so that you do remember it, so that you're just not flying around and just woo woo and all overwhelmed. And you'll be able to recall and remember enough to put the pieces together to see just where you went and just where you're heading. You're going to get a preview of where you're going. You're going to get a preview of what your life is going to be like. You're going to get a preview of what you're going to be doing vocationally and how things are going to be. So be sure to write down that you want to fully experience and fully remember your sleep sequence upon awakening. You do that before you guys go to sleep tonight. Each one of us do that. Please do that. Anybody else? I see we have someone new today, David Edward Hughes. Would you like to unmute yourself and just greet us and tell us how you found out about this? You might want to unmute yourself if you're going to talk. If not, I appreciate you being here. Keep coming back. I'm here Tuesday.
I sent him a link.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Lemons. Thank you.
Yeah, he's been with me on my journey for a very long time. I've known for a very long time. He introduced me into looking at numerology in a different way. So yeah.
Well, tell him thank you for showing up. I felt his 22-4 first step energy when he came in, and I appreciate him coming, and I appreciate you for inviting him to join us. With that, we're going to run on. I kept you guys a little longer than I normally do. My apologies. It just got kind of good today. But this has been On the Sevens with Pythias B. Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. We do go through the 88 steps into your mastered self. And as long as you make this a part of your soul journey, I guarantee you somewhere along the way, your mastered self awaits you. I love each and every one of you guys. I'm not saying goodbye forever. I'm just saying goodbye for now. See you guys on Thursday.
See you. Love everybody. Yay.
Bye, everybody. Smooches.
Yay. Hugs. Yeah.